since the whole point of learning online, in-person, blended is the learning, the knowledge transfer, how do you measure that in your system to make sure that you're maximizing that knowledge transfer?
Well, that's an excellent question, and we go back to the Kirkpatrick model, which presents you a four-level assessment of training effectiveness. And the first two levels that you have, the reaction and the learning, are to understand the extent to which the participants have grasped the material and how it improves their skills. You can do that at the end of the learning event. You can do that as part of the training class. And we found that people going through the blended program, that's very good. There's a very rapid knowledge transfer, and we've seen the exams results and things like that improve pretty drastically over the classroom model. The other part of that, levels 3 and 4, look at behavior and results to see to what extent the participants have actually changed their behavior and how are they impacting the workplace. That's a little trickier to measure, and that's where your whole educational process needs to extend beyond the end of the learning event. To give you an example, I worked with a company that put in a new project tracking system, and everybody in the organization went off and got their training like they were supposed to, and sat in class a couple of days and absorbed it all. And then after about a month or so, the director noticed that only about 1 out of 10 people were actually using the system, and the few that were using it weren't really using it right. And they thought the training was the problem. Training said no, application is the problem. So, a typical issue, how do you resolve this? Now, if you looked at this with a blended model, you could put together an online portion of this that could serve as a permanent ongoing reference. So as people came into class, then the whole thing could be revolved around practice and actually picking up and learning those skills. And then setting expectations at the end of class that, okay, yeah, class is over. However, this learning event is going to continue on until we have assessed your effectiveness, and here's how we're going to do that. And once you've done that, then you can start to get a pretty good start on the levels 3 and 4. Most companies never go beyond levels 1 and 2 in their training assessment.